Working easier than one. Sides walk up to the middle and bend. Sides to a left, square through 4.
It's too bad Clark can never.
Alaman left. And you're down to the partner in the corner too. So once you've gone all the way around the sun, you can finish it off. And you're done. Ready, Clark? You still need a square up, right?
Well, keep them up there.
Keep up there.
He's going to do Siamese with that.
Okay, we're going to put Bill in the square because Bill wants to feel this.
Oh, no, Ray can do it.
Here's how I normally set this up. Can you guys make 2 normal squares side by side? I know it'll be tight, but no,
Side by
we're going to
side?
dance it. Yep.
Side by side.
So I'm going to show you hashtag squares. I don't have it right up on my website yet, but I will put something up there. I've done this in the hallway at CALLERLAB before, but here we are in the program. I want the square directly in front of me to have the heads past the ocean. I want the, unpast the ocean. I'm a complete idiot. I want all the girls in one square and all the boys in the other square. Make sure we're going to make a girl square and a boy square.
Yes.
Oh, there you go. I don't even have a brain today. Okay, girls square have the heads past the ocean. Boys square have the sides past the ocean. Extend the tag. So if you're imagining on the tape, we have a square of girls in right-hand waves. They're facing the side walls. We have a square of boys facing the head walls. I want you to move your squares so that the flagpole centers are on top. Just merge the squares. Slide them in toward the middle. You have to raise your hands. Blah, blah, blah. You'll have a little pinwheel in each corner, a little star in each corner. Okay?
One more?
No.
Okay.
No.
And you
Back
can
over
spread
the
yourselves
top.
out a little bit so you have some space. Make sure the girls are holding left hands in the middle of the wave. Good. Okay. Well, there's some girls in the middle holding lefts. Great. This is the main formation we want to talk about. If you were to look at this from the ceiling, it would look like a little hashtag, right?
Ah, yes.
Now, what we are going to do, in a sense, is really, or a pound sign, is really pretty elementary. We're going to have the girls in their square do some dancing. Simultaneously, we're going to have the boys in their square do some dancing, and we're not going to kill anybody or get in anybody's way. Taking a step away from teaching it, the thing that's fun about this, that hopefully they'll see and you'll see from the side, but you have to be there to experience it, is the dancing feels really different, and you keep getting these aha moments as you're learning it and building up. So, first thing we want to do, let's start. Good ocean wave calls work well. Let's try a swing through. Swing through, you turn half by the right, and some people turn half by the left. And make sure you still have your waves and stars, right. Oh, someone had that aha moment, I heard it.
Yeah.
Are we okay? Now, if I were doing this for real, I might do a few more of those to make sure everyone gets it. I have worked with a floor of hashtags who don't know me before, but usually it's just one that I'm watching, or actually as a caller, I like being in it and teaching it from within the square. So if you had 2 squares one night and wanted to do something different, this would be the kind of thing you could do. So we've done the swing through stuff. We could do all 8 circulate. This gets a little confusing for people. So maybe I will start with just the center circulate. Do you see who the center 4 are? Oh, they're all ready to go. Center circulate, they all did it. Wow. We're going to do it again. Ready? Center circulate. Now you've had both. Good. Okay, remember the boys are only working with boys, girls only with girls. Ends, are you okay doing it? This is going to be a little tight.
Yes,
Yeah, and if you're looking out, you're going way over to the guy looking in. You see where you're going? Timing's a little off. Let go. All 8 ends circulate. And that gives you an anchor. See how she has to get around him? Right? Okay, now this time it'll be the other way at the corner. Ready? End circulate. The girl got there first, the boy has to kind of, and this, and some of the, yeah, see? They aren't always your friends. Yeah, exactly.
Just kick him, Marley.
So, we could have everyone circulate at the same time, right? Because we've done enough of them. Got your target? All 8 circulate. Cool, swing through. You want to do it from here? Now we have new ends and centers. Everyone thinking about where they're going? If you're a trailer, if you're facing in, you just have to go forward to that lead spot. Ready? All 8 circulate. And we still have, good. Swing through just because it's dancing and you're happy. Sometimes I go to two-faced line stuff for a minute, so let's progress there for a sec. Not everything flows or dances well, and as a caller you have to learn which ones are good or bad and how to start simple and work your way up. But I like something that happens here, so we're going to give it a try. Don't move, we want to do a centers run. Do you see who you're running around? Are you marked the best you can? Centers run. Good, and now you're hooked on to your same gender with a couple. It can be very disorienting to be in the middle of the mess. So at this point, do you see your two-faced lines?
Yes.
Good. We're about to do couple circulate. One of the problems is you're kind of tangled up with the enemies.
Right.
So someone's going to have to like raise their hands or let go or whatever. Why don't you have the boys be on top just in each little, good, because they're taller on average. Ready? Couple circulate. You get rid of these people, you go over to where you want to go, and lo and behold, there they are again. Yeah, just, right? Let's do another one. You'll have a different part. Ready? Couple circulate. You get rid of these people, some are going straight, and then just when you get there, bang, there they are in your way again. Careful, where's your two-faced line? Think good, situational awareness. Excellent. Good. Do we need to, normally I would practice that a couple more times with them. I don't think we have time to spend an hour working on this, but is everyone thinking about where they'd go on bend the line? Bend the line. Ooh. Unbend the line. And you notice the whole thing can turn and no one gets tangled. Bend the line. That's kind of one of those aha moments. Now we have a problem. We have lines, and there aren't a lot of good calls from lines. We don't want to be doing load the boat right now.
Oh, I think it would be fun.
And even a call, well, this would give you your 4 beats forward and 4 beats back, and up to the middle and back wouldn't quite work so well. But to get back to those safe ocean waves that I want, I'm thinking a call like pass the ocean could work. Everyone sees who you're facing for the pass through. And we don't normally follow the rules on pass the ocean, but this is a time where it helps. Don't move. We're going to want to pass through. We're going to face that person and then step up to right hands. Ready? Pass the ocean. Pass through, straight through, just walk, walk, walk. Face that person, step to a right hand wave. Yeah, see, Mike was being polite and waiting for all the traffic to clear, and then he got there late. Yeah, it's okay. We're back to waves. Swing through just to make sure they remember how to dance. Well, there's a bunch of ocean wave calls we have. Name an ocean wave call on mainstream.
Spin chain
We aren't
through.
going to do that. Name an ocean wave call that starts in ocean waves and ends in ocean waves.
Spin chain through.
Oh, Bill says spin chain through. Let's do a spin chain through. Okay, we're going to go slow. Everyone turn half. If you're on the end, you're through. Centers who have left hands go 3/4. Stop. Now look, there's a center star of 4 that you've never had before. The star turns halfway, and then you meet same gender in this case, and then go 3/4,
See,
and
it's
we're
not
all
even
back
that
together.
hard. Life is good. Yeah.
Does that feel cool? Yes. This will give the other people that chance. Spin chain through. Half. Some people 3/4, the rest are through.
It actually is.
And then wait for the middle, make sure there's 4 of you, turn half,
I've danced this.
and then 3/4.
I think this is so.
Awesome. Everybody's good. Well, did I hear a request for spin chain the gears?
Spin chain the gears.
Spin chain the gears? You are? You're learning it? Okay. So it ends up that spin chains the gears works, but we need to work up to it a little bit because you're going to see something you haven't seen before. So let's go slow. Spin chain the gears. Turn half. Centers 3/4, and the others turn around. The center 4 trade through that star in the middle, and stop. At this point, we need to have left-hand stars. Notice the people who turned around, and we need 4 boys and a star and 4 girls. And you have to kind of slide past each other and make sure every girl is in a girl star and every boy is in a boy star.
Yeah.
And they're getting there, they're getting there. And notice that these stars are in a place we've never had our stars before. They're not in the 4 corners of the square, they're in the
In the middle.
they're on the heads and sides spots, kind of. At this point, you only have your same gender in the star. Turn the star 3 spots. And I'm going to give you a recommendation. The centers are going to trade, no problem. The people who flip out, you're going to flip out to your right. You see who the flip outers are? You guys flip out to your right, go, and then the center 4 trade if they haven't. And then those who beat the left 3/4. We have some flip outers that didn't flip out yet. There, she's got it. And they're trying to have you come toward me.
Perfect.
Whoa.
Yeah. She didn't flip fast enough.
That was
There
spin
you
chain the gears. Eventually. Let's do it once more because practice is perfect. Spin chain the gears. Turn them half. 3/4. And the others turn around, moving in, sliding in. Where's your star? While the centers trade, the centers are trading, the centers are trading. And we have left-hand stars. Make sure you got 4 people, same gender. Turn the stars, 1, 2, 3. Some people meet. If you aren't going to do anything, you have to flip out, flip to your right like a run. You'll become the end and reassemble. And okay. They're looking
Isn't that
like
cool?
we can have
That's really
the
cool.
exhibition group will be at the banquet tonight, right?
All right. Yay. Good job.
Okay. What's the next call you learn after spin chain the gears?
Spin chain, exchange the gears.
Oh, exchange. Cool.
Relay the deuce.
Ends up that a lot of these just work.
Yeah.
Okay. Are we ready for spin chain, exchange the gears? Don't move. Who is the mama duck who leads the exchange usually?
The one facing out.
Center facing out.
The person who's in the center of the wave looking out.
Yeah.
Do you guys see all who you are, the center of the wave facing out? Okay. And remember, when that person's leading their star, you've got to have 3 people following them. Don't be a leader with no one following you. Let's see what happens. Spin chain, exchange the gears. Let's get up to that part. Turn half. Centers 3/4. The others turn around. While the centers are trading, those who turn around have to slide in and make your stars. Do we have the stars? Wait. We don't have the stars.
Yeah. There you go.
4 people in each star. Everyone's happy. Turn the stars. Go. 1, 2, 3. When you lead out, walk around the whole set. Don't walk through anybody. She's walking through people. Walk way around the whole mess. Keep going further than you think, and then just kind of unwrap it and flip it, and it magically assembles into a mess. Oh, we almost...
Now you got to get underneath
It
there.
should be a right-hand mess. It should be a right-hand mess. It should be a right-hand mess. It should be a good.
There you
Okay.
go.
So that was close.
Yeah.
And a neat thing is, if you have squares that make mistakes, am I going to resolve them? No.
No.
I don't care what happens. If they just have to fix it and just make a wave of girls and a wave of guys, they're going again. So no one breaks down. You just put people in. Let's try that spin chain, exchange the gears, and make it work. Turn half. 3/4. Some people turn around. They're going to slide in while the centers are trading. Make sure we have 4 same-gendered left-hand stars. The centers are trading. The situation good. Turn the stars. 1, 2, 3. The person who leads out, lead way around the whole mess. Go about as far as you need to. Make sure your laptop doesn't get knocked off way. And then flip the thing in. Unwrap it. How's it flip in?
Flip over here.
There you go.
It's the same feel. Ooh, does that look better? Okay.
Oh, yeah, she's not done a
What do they get? They get 1 clap for that? That's clapping. That's not 1 clap. Okay. Name me another ocean wave to ocean wave plus call.
Relay the deucey.
Oh, relay the deucey. Hopefully you've taught relay the deucey as a buddy call. The person you're holding on is your buddy.
That's right. That's
That
right.
you're going to follow them. You're only going to touch them when you get on. When you get off, you're going to end with them, the whole mess, right? You guys are good with it, so keep your eye on it. There are going to be some people who are not your friends. Don't let them get in your way or anything. Don't run anybody down. Deep breath. Relay the deucey, turn half. The ends start walking, centers 3/4. Then we go 6 trade. 4 trades. 4 trading, good. 6 trade, get on there, get on. Oh.
Yeah,
Okay. 4 trade, and you go 3/4. And can I
Find
open
your
my
buddy.
eyes? Oh, look, it did it. I know it wasn't perfect. Yep. So let's make sure we have waves of boys and waves of girls.
3/4. We got it.
Okay, we're going to go again because that wasn't perfect.
Same boat should be swapped. Same boat. Actually, you got
Yeah, and only your gender, right? And no boy should touch a girl and vice versa, especially if getting on and off that big wave, because they're your enemies, right? So you got a little lost here. You're coming around the end. So Bob's going to do it better this time, and we're going to be perfect. Relay the deucey was the call. Go, half, 3/4, the others start walking. Same gender gets on. 6 go. 4 go. Here's your buddy. 6 go. And then left 3/4, and the other move up.
And you found your buddy.
Oh. There you go. So you can do relay the deucey.
Let's do it one more time.
Really? So, before we do it one more time, let me make this point. As a person who used to do a lot of challenge dancing and this and that, would catch on to things quickly, whenever I do stuff like this, I'm always afraid they're going to get bored. You know how even as callers, we're afraid the newcomers are going to get bored. They've never seen it. They aren't going to get bored. So he wants to do it one more time because he's mastering it. There's no problem with spending 15 minutes getting Relay the Deucey to work unless you have someone like me in the square going, I figured it out the first time. Right? And I've learned this in contra dancing also. When you teach complicated things, the dance repeats 8, 10, 15 times. There's fun and joy into getting good at something that you mastered and getting the timing and the sense of a whole cooperative mess going at the same time. Go, Relay the Deucey, half, 3/4. Start going. 6 go. Not yet. You're going to jump on the end right there, Bob. 6 go, and then look for a guy 3/4.
Great. I got it.
Now Bob's got it.
Perfect. We aren't going to.
We did circulates, we can do split circulates, we can do scoot backs. Those are all ocean wave to ocean wave calls. We could even do follow your neighbors. We could do trade the waves. But someone earlier mentioned spin the top. Since this will give us a different shape, and the shapes are the cool things, do a spin the top. We want to, of course, have the room to be at the end of it, but and this kind of unengaged everything. And this is what a tidal wave looks like. Since we have a tidal wave, there's only one call we do. Grand swing through. Go for it. Right, left. And this would be better if we had more room. Let's get out of the tidal wave, spin the top, each wave. Half, 3/4, and here's where you have to re-engage. Good. Good, yeah. I know.
Next to Alan.
Yeah, when you get lost, you get really lost, trust me. Swing through. I didn't say anything about the stars. Most of you are dancing them as what in contra dancing we call hands across star. In other words, the 2 guys are holding hands, the 2 girls, but you aren't making a clumpy star. I like those. I think those have good connection and feel good. We need to talk about diamonds. How do you guys normally get to diamonds? You'd either split circulate 1.5. I'm afraid to do that because I haven't worked split circulate. We could have the centers run and the new centers hinge. That one might be a good way to get there. We could switch to a diamond, but they don't know it. Let's have the centers run around an end. The end dodges over. All these things that we're going to do today kind of test you on the basics and your knowledge of dancing. So you learn little things, even your little tandem and couples thing. We saw like, well, how does ladies chain? And yeah, okay. And did you notice on ladies chain when we were doing the orbits with the tandem, as a guy, I had to courtesy turn. I moved sideways and started to turn partway so I could receive the lady and do the courtesy turn. If you don't dance with that kind of styling and you just stand there flat-footed, then you have more problems doing a tandem courtesy turn. So it really helps you when you have good dance skills.
Who are the points and who are the centers?
We have not made diamonds yet, but they're just about to be made. Ready? Each line, centers hinge. Ooh, diamonds. Okay, they're a little hard to see. The boys are in a diamond, the girls are in a diamond. Actually, the boys have 2 diamonds, and of course with diamonds we have a wave across the middle. Just to establish that, let's have the center wave swing through. Right and left. Now I confused you. Where is your diamond? You see it? 4 of you? Everyone's happy? Diamonds circulate.
Excuse me, pardon.
That was close. Do you see your diamond? Make sure you have 4 of you in it. Okay, see? Okay, here we go again. Diamond circulate. Practice makes perfect.
Wrong diamond.
Everyone has an idea for where you should go?
Some of them are right.
We're going to do, okay, we're still practicing diamond circulate. Yeah, okay. And we're going to do our last one. Now we have Bob.
Bob, what are you doing in the middle of it?
He was directing someone else.
Lying to Bob. You got it? Okay. 4th one for sure. Ready? Diamond circulate. Ready?
And you have no
Yeah.
idea.
Now, do you know when you first teach diamonds, they're disorienting for the
Right.
dancers because there's these people who can't hang on. Obviously, these are disorienting for the dancers too. Let's have the center 4, the very center, the very centers, there's 4 of you, hinge by the left, and you turn back. Anybody know what this is?
Hourglass.
This is an hourglass. We are not going to do anything with our hourglass because hourglasses are even less connected than diamonds, and it's very hard to see. But just for the purpose of our square, all the boys raise your hand. And you see those 4 boys, they actually have an hourglass. You can put your hands down. But in an hourglass, we know that the center 4 have a diamond. Do we see the center diamond? There's 4 boys in a diamond and 4 girls in a diamond. Center diamond, diamond circulate.
Perfect.
Good, you want to do that one once more? Ready? Center diamond, diamond circulate. Okay, and the way we get out of diamonds is flipping, right? Center diamond, flip the diamond. Points flip in. Good, good, you got it. Okay, now we're back to normal diamonds. Do we see our normal diamonds? Normal diamonds, flip the diamond. Some diamonds circulate, some flip in, and with any luck, I'm all the way back. Okay, we have a question, but you can't say it.
You don't know my question.
I don't care what your question is, I care about this.
Whoa.
The magic microphone. This will be Eric Henderlaw. He probably is going to turn on the mic and
This is Eric Henderlaw. Yes, that's right. My only question, I've seen this walkthrough before too. This is great. I want to see you do it to music.
It works really
Do we
well,
do this to
actually.
music?
Yeah.
when I did it for like 45 minutes in a session at the National Convention,
Yeah.
I would turn music on and off as we got good. So yeah, turn the music on.
That's terrible.
What is that?
It's a little bassy. Underwater. That's okay. He's going to fix it. Swing through.
Where's the music?
Keep going. Swing through.
It's quiet.
It's quiet music. It's John Cage, yeah. I'm about to do scoot back because you guys haven't done a scoot back yet. If you're looking out, you just flip over to your right. If you're looking in, you see who you're scooting with. It's another girl with a girl, guy with a guy. Just walk forward, you'll find him, turn half, come back. You're going to get your buddy right again. Ready? Everybody scoot back while we're waiting for the music. In, turn half, come back, and you better have right hands, the same
Woohoo!
person.
Good job! Yes! Yes! Woohoo! Celebrate a little.
Ooh, do we know AC-doocy? That's where the centers trade, the outside circulate? AC-doocy. So you can drop in a bunch of these without doing a lot of teaching. Swing through. Oh, I like this one. This is Kayla Ray.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Boy run. I'm sorry, it's center run. Why not? Center run, yep. We have the couples. Make sure you got your couple. Centers trade. Get rid of him. Couples circulate. And that line. Go forward and back. Okay. Pause the music for a sec.
Between the boys. Between the boys over there.
Does the girls have a line of 4? Do the boys have a line of 4?
Yep.
You got, this is situational awareness. What's your formation look like? Boys, you see your lines? If I ask the boys on the outside to load the boat, you pass 3 boys face in, no problem. If I ask the girls on the outside, you're going to pass, see your girls on the outside, 3 people face in. The hard part is the victims in the middle. Well, I learned from hexagon dancing, which we'll talk about in a minute, that there's a better way to teach the centers part of load the boat. And I teach it this way, and it may help you for what you're about to do. Center 4 on load the boat, straight across from you is a person. Do you see that person? The first 3 things we do is going to be with that person, so don't lose them. Don't do it yet. I normally have them do it. But you're going to pass through with them. You're going to turn your back on someone so they become your partner. That person you're facing, you're going to pass through, turn your back, they're your partner. Partner trade with them, that's your 3rd thing. And then straight ahead is a 4th person to pass through. This will be a little bit of a mess. Turn the music on because they want to dance.
Me too. Yeah.
Blow the
Don't
boat.
lose it.
Ends past 3 people. Centers pass through. Turn your back on someone. Grab beside you. Where's that person beside you? Trade with them.
And partner trade.
Pass through with a new person. And everyone should be nose to nose with same gender. And we're in an 8 chain through formation. Pause. One of the problems with 8 chain through is there's lots of ways to dance it. And in 8 chain through, you want to be close, side by side, close to someone. Yet the stars we're about to put you in don't do that. So I don't generally do much with columns unless people really want it. You guys are all standing on what looks like almost Bill's, what do you call that thing? The first thing you did, Bill. The sun thing. Yeah, we almost have a square in the middle that's turned back to back and some people on the outside facing them. This is nice and they all danced it the same way. This is not what I want. So here's where I want, and I have to use words in case they're on the tape trying to figure it out. And by the way, on the tape, you could have just gotten your 16 people up and done this with the tape playing just at the same speed these guys are doing it. That's how I would have done it. Here's what I want you to do. See the person you're facing? You're going to stay facing them with about that spacing. Each corner of the square, you're going to adjust the boys and girls so the center spot between the boys and the center spot between the girls is exactly the same, and you're basically in stars. Go ahead and wiggle around putting those stars together. Not all of you know what I meant, but hopefully one person in each one did it. Good, good, good. See, it takes some square cooperation.
Alan.
Yeah. Everyone has a different learning and dancing style, and this is going to accentuate some of those styles and be really confusing for other ones. This is what I would call the 8 chain through position. Okay? What calls do we have from the 8 chain through position?
8 chain through.
8 chain through. So we'll do that and then maybe I'll quit. No. Maybe you're right. Okay. So when we do the pull by, do you see a person straight across from you?
Yes.
Shake right hands with the person you're going to pull by with. That's good. We're going to walk straight through and that star will turn slightly, but keep going up and down or across. That's hand number 1. In the middle, a left, and the courtesy turn is a really wide courtesy turn. Give them lots of time for that. Lots of turn. Yeah, go ahead, you're turning right. Keep going, and then spread yourselves out so he's far away from you. Ready for hand 3.
Yeah.
Now you need a star. You need a star.
I know, because they didn't go together.
And 3. Oh well, forget the star. Train left. Pull by.
Courtesy turn.
Yeah. Courtesy turn for 4. Let's stop at 4. Let's stop at 4 and let everyone get settled up. You should be right. Are we okay? Okay, we're going to do the music now because they're going to do the second half of 8 chain 8 really well. We get looking up and down the column. Courtesy turns are nice and wide. Ready? 8 chain 4. Go. Right hand pull. Left through the middle. Here comes hand 3. And the courtesy turn 4. And you're still looking at those people. Everyone's happy.
Yay! Good job!
Battle partners, cortisol. I do not have a way of resolving or ending what I do. If anyone comes up with a clever way to have everyone thank everybody or resolve something, I'm all ears. So that would be hashtag squares. Here's Bill.
Just go bow to your partner.
So is there a new group of victims that wants to come up? We need 2 squares worth, but don't form squares yet. We're going to do kaleidoscope square.
I mean, if you write it out,
Because it's not really scary.
it gets resolved.
But here's what I'd like you to do. Because of the size limitation and for the tape, we're only going to have half of a kaleidoscope. So I want, facing the back wall, I want a square starting with couple 1, then 2 behind them, then 3 behind them, and then 4 behind them.
Doing kaleidoscopes? Jeez.
We've got some division on who's a couple and who's a person. All right. So I want you all to, if you've got your set there, I want you all to scooch over to your left as far as you can there. And then I want another square facing my left of the exit wall in the same lineup. Couple 1, couple 2, couple 3, and couple 4. I want you to be like you're in a, like a big L.
Actually, we need for you
Oh, what
guys
the L? What the L? So here's what I want you to visualize, because we're just going to do symmetrical stuff. There is another group of 8 dancers facing each group that you have there. So who's done kaleidoscope squares before? They're not difficult, but you see them and say, wow, how in the heck do we do that? Well, so we've got the squares there. So everybody knows their couple number 1, 2, 3, 4, correct? All right, I want couple 1 and 3 to California twirl in each group. So we get to play with those people just like that and do an 8 chain 4.
1, 2. This is easier than that other thing.
My courtesy turns around.
Pass through, trade by, pass to the center, and centers pass through, and you should be back to where you were. All right, so everybody star through. So just to get you the gist of what's going on here, remember there are another 2 groups of squares there on either side, and you're making a perfect star kind of thing there. All right, I want you to pass through. Now at this point, the caller will say, move on instead of bend the line. So you're going to just move up to the next group there. And you've now got a diagonal star rather than that. So the people who are hanging out doing nothing, I want you to just pretend there's a phantom square there. All right? Phantom square there.
I'm so glad you guys showed up.
Do the right and left through. Great. Pass through. Move on.
Oh.
So you're facing the same couple. Great. Perfect. All right. Slide through. Alaban left. So that's the basic concept of how a kaleidoscope would work there. And then cut. Don't square it. Don't square it up. You have to get to. Yeah, and then I said Alaban left, didn't I? All right. So forget that. So couple number 1 and 3, California twirl, and that's where it starts. All right. So if I say zoom rather than grand zoom, I only want you to zoom in your group of 4. So there's 4 and 4, right? All right, everybody zoom. And center in each, zoom again just for fun. Yay. Everybody face in. Star through. All right, do a grand zoom. That means the lead couple goes all the way back. All right, everybody California twirl. Great. Couple number 1, make an arch back over the others.
Substitute.
All of them?
All of them, yes. All of them. A grand substitute, great. Everybody face in, slide through. Right, couples 2 and 4, California twirl. Hopefully there's your corner. All right. So couple number 1 and 3, California twirl, or partner trade. And there you go. That's the concept of it. So if you've never seen a kaleidoscope working, that's how it essentially works. And you've got everybody going there. So 1 and 3, do a partner trade. Slide through. Pass through. Move on. Touch a quarter. This will be fun because we're going to do a coordinate.
In our own group of 4.
And for the tape, I may not get you home, all right? Yes, there's 4 people to the right of all those loose people, all the people that are loose. Can you visualize it? All right. So find somebody in this square that has a real grouping and follow them if you need to. Great. Everybody coordinate.
The girls got to play together. Boys getting out. Girls are going to play.
Chain down the line. Great. Pass through. Move on.
The whole thing.
Stay with me.
Yeah, I know. All right, so let's get that far group over here to face this other group over here. Just so we need to, let's make 2 lines for each group in an L.
You shouldn't have the girls should be together.
It's that coordinate thing.
The coordinate should put the girls together.
Where are the girls?
Here, let's do this.
Just make normal facing couples at this point so we can move on with this.
Just make lines.
What's back here?
Yeah, just make that. So, just make an L. Just make an L there. All right. All right. Touch quarter. All 8 circulate. Boys run around the girls. Dive through. Center star through. Same 4 pass through. Partner trade. Same 4 pass through, and you all move on. Pass through. I know it's harder since we don't have everybody there, so. Yeah, they should be not at an angle at this point because you aren't either.
So we're not actually playing with that. So pass through, move on.
It's hard to see since we don't have all the groups there. So everybody's square your set like you started originally.
Hey.
1, 2, 3.
Yeah, we didn't make
Look at those people. Here we are.
Yeah, the move on puts you 45 degrees off, so there you go.
Could you put us in just 2 squares and use a kaleidoscope that way you have dancers?
It'd be really tight, wouldn't it?
What do you got? Two.
Oh, maybe. Well, let's just play with this because I'm going to move on. We're starting to limit our time here. Great, California, 1 and 3, California twirl. Touch quarter. Follow your neighbor and spread. Ladies trade. Recycle. Pass to the center. Centers go right and left through. Slide through. Star through. Go right and left through. Pass through. Couples 1 and 3, California twirl. Everybody face somebody. Bow to the partner. In corner 2. That's that quick introduction to how it plays. Yeah. All right. So we need somebody to be where Clark was. Don't go away.
Don't go away. I just wanted to say one more thing. So some of the cool stuff to me when we do like a kaleidoscope square, it's fun to work in your group of 4 and have 4, or a group of 8 and have 8 of you. But it's when you interact with the next one that you get the kind of endorphin rush. And we couldn't do it too much, but we had the the lines facing, pass through, move along. That gave you that opportunity. Here was the one other opportunity. You're squared up, right? You're all lined in. Couples 1 and 3, California twirl. Okay, so each arm of the star or whatever we've got has an 8-chain through setup. You can do a giant 8-chain through where you change the rule as you hit the center. Instead of going across or anything, you go just around the corner. And we're going to run out of dancers as we try to do it, but do you get that idea?
Yeah.
Cool. So just start doing it, we'll see what happens. 8-chain 32. 1, 2, 3. Go around the corner when you get to 4, 5. Watching, oh, we just lost free electron over there in the crash. Okay, give him a big hand. It is kind of an octagon.
That's a good way to clear the floor for the break. All right, so let's get to, Dottie has something.
The really other, Dottie Wells from Nova Scotia, the really other neat thing is to do a double pass through and cloverleaf kind of deal.
Yes, it makes it a perfect flower unfurling.
Oh, yeah, all the way across. That was fun.
All right, so one of the dance forms that I've been doing for a long time now, for 30 years or so, is the hexagon. And just a quick story on what that is. If you didn't get a flyer, I have some flyers on the back, or it's on my website and Vic Cedars' website. But the hexagon started developing because I was doing performance teams in the mid-'80s, and we were using Lloyd Shaw's cowboy dances as our thing, and I wanted to expand it and find things we could do other things. And in the July 1986 American Square Dance magazine, there was an article called Triangle Squares, and it showed what is essentially a hexagon. So let's get 12 people up here, and if you have not done a hexagon, raise your hand. Oh, cool, virgins. We always like that. So the key thing I want to have happen here, and the reason I'm doing this is to explain some of the things you need to know if you're going to do this because it's really quite easy. I want a couple number one with their back to me as if they are a normal couple. All right, so are there 6 couples up? You have 7 couples? Well, that's different. All right, so we're not doing something else. All right, so the thing you need to do is, you need to stress for a lot of people, and not so much anymore, but it used to be, people thought a hexagon was a rectangle, and a rectangle is 4 heads and 2 sides. At this point, I would tell the dancers that every couple is facing another couple straight across from them. And the couple number 1 is still in their normal position just like they would, and everybody has to adjust to them. So is everybody pointing at another couple? And you see you've got a perfect 6-sided. All right, so starting with couple number 1, that couple and every alternating couple step into the middle. And for the sake of argument, I'm just going to call you the heads. And I used to try other things, but it seems like heads is going to work best. There you go. So you are the heads. All right, back away. And the others are, of course, the sides. So all the sides move in. All right, so back away. Now, I'm going to divulge a bit and tell you a little bit about the history. About 15 years ago, Clark got involved with hexagons too. And what he would do is he would create the hexagon in the back of a hall, I believe, in a 4-couple choreographed dance situation. So he would have the caller just calling regular 4-couple stuff, and the 6 couples in the back would dance it. Now the thing that doesn't happen is that you often don't end up with your partner. You have to use the timing of the 4 couples, so a teacup chain would be only 32 counts, but it's different with the way I call it. So here's what I want you to do. All the heads step in. Now to do the calls in any way that makes any sense, you're going to have to turn slightly away from your partner to face somebody to do the next normal calls, all right? Star through. Then California twirl. So when you do something in the middle, you're in a triangle. And at this point, you're either facing another couple directly, or you as a couple have your back or front facing the big gaping hole there, all right? Alaman left. And hex your set, and you're back.
No mistakes.
So far so good. All the sides step in. And since we're callers, so remember you have to turn a little bit away from your partner to start the execution of the call. Let's see, who's Clark's partner? All right. Do the right and left through. So do a right pull by, courtesy turn, and then there's a back. You've got the breeze. You got the hospital sheet behind you. There's a breeze behind you. Great. All right. All the centers star through. Now, when it gets a little funky, and I've noticed this with dancers, is the concept of pass-through or a double pass-through feels weird. Think of everybody is in a column, and your column is on your own side. The boys are in tandem there, and the girls are in tandem, and point to that column just so you can see there. So if I just have the centers to pass through, you're going to pass through and adjust yourselves directly to face the outside too. So you're always triangle there. Now at this point, I'm going to tell you, you can do this in your home club. You've got 3 couples in the center. They are a triangle of dancers. So you all California twirl. Now, is your back to somebody? You're perfect. All right, so we're going to do a double pass through at this point. So everybody double pass through, go all the way through. Is that your stockbroker?
Yeah.
All right, so since we're advanced callers, we know everything. We're going to do a track 2 in a minute. In a minute. So just think it's the same normal thing, but you have to stay on the edge of your arc as you're going around there. So slowly do a track 2. Ooh, 2. You need to put right-handed ocean waves. All right, so you're in it.
No, you want him, and he doesn't.
These boys have
We've got a loose one there. All right, so, and we're still triangle there. All right, everybody do a single hinge. All right, now we're going to do a scoot back. So all the boys are facing in. So the rule we're going to use is that you're going to use the. Do we have 3 people? Let's do it. Let's do it all 6 scoot back, just because it's entertaining me. Now we're going to do. Remember when you do a scoot back? Isn't that the purpose of being a caller, to be entertained? All right. When you do a scoot back, remember you're going to come back to exactly the same person you're with now. All right. Yes. So you're going to make a star in the middle, boys. So all 6 boys do a scoot back. All boys. Girls flip over as normal. Meet the same one. There you go.
There more?
Move up to the right. Boys run around the girls.
Yeah.
Great. Join hands, circle to the left. Lady center, Jen sachet. Alaman left with whoever's there, and then promenade. We may not get home, but we're not getting there yet. We're just showing you the concepts. Promenade home, the original home. And we did it! Yay! Now I'm going to show you a teacup chain here. We can do all kinds of basic things, but I think we're ready to move on to that. Now, if you were doing what we call the Clark-Baker version of the hexagons, where it's 6 couples in the back, you're only going to do it as a normal teacup chain. So the boys are going to stay in place, but the girls are only going to progress 4 people. The way I call it is that, or I call it to resolve. So we're going to do a full teacup chain, and you're going to end up with your original partner. A couple of the caveats, at the end, it's a right arm turn. So you want to do it kind of like you're finishing a roll promenade in place. And 3 of the couples will be about 8 beats behind the other 3 couples. So 3 couples will have finished and the other 3. So remember the rule for a teacup chain? Ladies, you're going to progress to your right, 1 person, and you're going to turn either, in this case, 5/6 or 7/6 around to get. So you don't want to shortcut and just go to the next person immediately. Yes, the heads are going to work together. So, head ladies, you know who you are? And side ladies, you know who you are. All right, so square hex your set right there. Now, I will tell you that at this point, I've found that I need to stress to the people who are playing the gentleman's role that they are much more important in turning the person to the right person, because normally you sleepwalk through it with 4 couples. So the boys are just like,
Girls have no idea.
they're going out for a cigarette or whatever. So, all right. So the boys, head boys, who are you? So you have to know that you're the ones that turn them into the middle. Side boys, you know, you turn them to the head boy to your right. So let's do this in slow motion to get started. Head lady center with a teacup chain, side lady to the right. New head ladies into the middle, 3 girls all the way around, and a little bit more, and keep on going. New head ladies all the way around, and a little bit more. Remember, the ladies are progressing to the next jet, so are they getting dizzy yet?
Center.
There you go.
Yeah, nope, that's right.
Wow,
And I want this guy.
And remember, you're not going to finish like normal. It'll be a right arm turn to get into place. So just kind of right arm turn there. All right, how'd that feel?
Good.
Give our pros a big hand there. Sides move in and star through. California twirl. So he did an 8 chain through with the other thing. Oh, you can do that with that, but it's much easier here with the hexagon there. You just have to know that once you come into the middle, you go around the arc. Yes, stay away from, Annie Alameo always says, stay away from that black hole in the center. There is a gaping hole and you don't want to go into it or you'll be sucked into the bowels of the earth. All right, so do an 8 chain 4.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Good.
Amazing.
Almost good. Alaman left. Swing your original partner. I can't remember who's going with who.
My original partner.
Promenade home. All right.
My original partner.
My original.
Yeah, your original partner. I'm going to do a little bit more, and then we'll turn it back over to Clark for more fun and games. So you can do almost every call that you normally can do. And again, the purpose of the way that I do the hexagons is to resolve the square as if it is a normal square situation. You can call an entire dance with hexagon if you want in your home club, and you'll either drive them insane and they'll chase you away, or they'll really enjoy it. Great. So you can do a singing call with it. Remember, if you do a singing call with a hexagon, you need to do 7 figures and 1 break. All right. So all the heads square through 6. There's 6 figures. Yeah, 6 figures and 1 break. Or 5 figures and 1 break. 5 figures and 1 break. 6.
Hey, there she is.
I'm saying the wrong words, so for the tape it's 5 figures and 1 break. Right. The Alaman left. Oh yes, sorry. I'm thinking hexagon. Yeah, 6 figures and 1 break. All right, sides move into the middle. Now there's some little tricky things you can do with the triangles that you need to know about. If we're just playing with the center 3 dancers, or if you're doing this just with only 3 couples facing, you could do couples calls like Pass the Ocean, any basic call that you normally would do. The rule for a Pass the Ocean that we're using is that you're going to meet the person you're with right now, holding with the right hand on the opposite side of the square. So you have to get over there. So you're going to turn a little bit away from your partner, then pass the ocean. Pass through, meet the same person on the other side, and you're holding your right hand. Girls are in the left-hand triangle, and boys are on the outside, all right? So when you do a swing through, the way I call it, if I just say swing through, the trade is 1/3 in the middle.
No, the girls are in the middle.
The girls are in the middle. The girls are in the middle. You're okay. Except the boys are more or less in between the other couple there. All right, there you go. So if I just say the call swing through, what I want the dancers to do is swing half by the right and turn 1/3 to the next person, and 1/3 would be the trade. All right, so you've done the swing through. If I say big swing through, it's half by the right, go. Then turn and pass 1 and get the next one. So you're turning 2/3. 2/3. 2/3. All right? Great. That group in the middle, face your original partner, back away, and thank them all. So that's our quick demo on hexagon. You got any questions on that?
Would you like to just do it like a regular scoot back instead of a big one?
Yes.
So I can see it.
Yeah, correct. Oh, there, I'm sorry, you just reminded me of something else I didn't tell you. There's 3 parts of the hexagons. You're in a big circle now, you can do Alaman, left and Alaman, dar, everything that you would normally do. You can also do facing couples rules. So everybody, all the heads move into the middle and square through 4 or 6. Do it 6, because it's pretty lovely. 6. Touch a quarter. Now the setup here is now you've got boxes of 4, so you can just do regular box of 4 calls as normal. So follow your neighbor, spread, ladies trade, recycle, pass to the center, center's partner trade, Alaman left, and hex your set. Now what Jeff was asking about was doing a triple for a scoot back. So I want all the heads to move into the middle and touch a quarter. So the boys are looking in, the girls are looking out. So the triangle in the middle, to do a scoot back, the boys are going to go all the way around to the same person you're with right now, and the girls are just flipping over. Great. So scoot back. There you go. Scoot back again, girls are in. When you meet them, do a hinge. Boys trade, that's 1 person. Boys run around the girls. Do a half of a circulate, bend the line, and you're there. That's it. All right. Let's go to the hexagon
We have 5 minutes. We've got 20 minutes. Let's get the hexagon back up. Just kidding. I have lots of choices. Many of the things I do are cerebral, hard, complicated, for the people who really like the fun rule part of dancing. But yes, before you say something, Bill, could you come up and put it on the mic? Bill's going to say something. Van Millie.
Bill Van Millie from California. I think we should point out at this point that these are 2 similar but different hexagon approaches. They have the same geometry to the square. That is, you're all working in nice triangular or arced things. But Bill has different rules for interpreting the calls. And,
Right. I think you should have been.
right, so you have to know what his rules are. He's calling only to a hexagon, so he can make up the rules. Like that teacup chain was what we normally think of as a normal teacup chain. Each girl goes to the next boy, and you do it 6 times, and you get back home. If you do it in the Clark style, where you're dancing at the same time as 4 couple squares, the rest of the hall, the timing, you have to match the timing, so you only go 4 spots, and it's not progressing. Anyway, teacup chain is very complicated in Clark X.
It's boring in Clark.
And similarly, like the Pass the Ocean, you would not after the pass the ocean in the center, you would not be holding your original partner in Clark hex when you do in Bill's. So don't confuse the two.
I did not make a handout for this session, but I've given a similar session in the past, and all my handouts are on my website. If you Google Clark Baker Square Dance, you'll see something. This particular one is probably called Square Games, but there's also a whole thing on Clark Hexagon if you want to read that. So our alternatives are, we can do something that takes 8 people and is a variation on grand square that you could get your club through, that everyone would have fun.
Yes.
You want to do that one first? Okay, we're going to do that. I need 8 people, who don't move, who are comfortable with grand square and are willing to sing in front of your peers. We'll be singing Row, Row, Row Your Boat.
It's fun.
How many people in here have done Row Your Boat? Yeah, so some of you know it. I forget who I saw this from. I'm always interested in grand square variations. We need a square, a normal square.
Normal square.
Okay, you would be the 9th. Okay.
Depends on your definition.
I'm not sure I trust you guys. Sides face, grand square, go. 1, 2, 3, turn. 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 Okay, square your set there. That's good. I trust you. Okay. They were doing pretty good. You need people who aren't slopping through, and you can't have the little flourishes and all that. What I want is sides face. Okay. We're going to do grand square is a round, just like we sing Row, Row, Row Your Boat is a round. And we are going to sing and dance it at the same time. So when you're singing Row, Row, Row Your Boat, you're dancing grand square. You're going to go through it twice, and then you're going to stop. Since we sing Row, Row, Row Your Boat is a round, I have to tell you who's doing the starting. Here's how it works. As I look through the square, the couple with their back to me, that's couple number 1, they're going to start moving. The next people I see, which is man number 2 and lady number 4, also you could describe them as the corners of the original people. They will start moving next. The next people to move will be the ones they're facing. Raise your hand, just so good. And finally, couple number 3 starts last. Does that sound good? Everyone's dancing the standard grand square pattern, although it will feel kinesthetically a little different. And you're singing loud and proud, Row, Row, Row Your Boat. Usually, this doesn't work the first time. It may not work the second time, but like I said earlier, they get this sense of accomplishment as they finally get it. Sometimes the amount of time they don't get it is a reflection of how poorly you taught it. Are you ready? So I'm going to cue it as sides, face, row your boat. Who's going to start? It's really hard not to start because we're used to dancing when we hear the command. Sides, face, row your boat. Go.
Row, row, row your boat. Gently down the stream, your boat. Gently down the stream, merrily, 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 merrily. Life is down the stream, boat. Gently down the stream, boat. Gently down the stream, gently down the stream, merrily. Life is down the stream. Merrily, 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 life is but a dream.
Like grand square, you're going to go forward once, automatically reverse at the end of your first song, and then go backwards. I think some people went forward 2 times through it, right? You don't have to sing it backwards. Shall we try it once more with them? Can you see they did good? They didn't have problems. No one became grand square roadkill. So, but it was fun, right? Maybe we needed, you seem kind of slow and draggy. Maybe I need a better tempo. Sides, face, row your boat.
Row, row, row your boat. Gently down the stream, boat. Merrily, 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 merrily down the stream, merrily, merrily down the stream, gently down the stream, boat. Gently down the stream, merrily, life is but a dream, merrily, 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 life is but a dream, merrily, life is but a dream.
All right.
What? Well, okay. I have 2 directions I can go in here. Michael, you're going to come up on the microphone. The microphone. Microphone? You have to turn it on. Newer caller.
Michael Longford from Chicago. Does this also work if it's headspace, but doing it with the same people?
Let's find out. He's a mathematician, so he wonders about these things. We're still the count's still the same. They're going to start. We're still dancing grand square. Okay. Yep. You know who's starting? Heads, face, grand row. Heads, face, row your boat.
Row, row, row your boat, gently down the stream. Gently down the stream. Life is but a dream. Life is but a dream. Gently down the stream. Life is but a dream. 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 Life is but a dream.
Okay. Cal Campbell, Colorado. If you want to work this into a quadrille, you're adding 12 counts to the whole routine. Well, how many of you do popcorn? Anybody? Okay, popcorn is a tune that got a really neat figure. The only thing you need to do at the end of it is have the girls roll away, and you can get a right-hand progression and a promenade all the way around and end up with a 64-beat routine.
Yeah.
Do you see it?
Yep.
Well, in other words, when you get to the end of it, you want to progress the girls. And it's a right-hand rotation. You roll the girls away, promenade the next one as they do in popcorn, take a 16 beat, and you can come right back up and end up with a 64 beat routine. And it's neat to watch. Let's try it now. All right, sides face. Roll your boat, just do the counts. Sides face, square and square. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. At this point, you've added 12 counts to 32. Roll the girls away across in front of you. Promenade the right-hand girl. 16 beats around. Okay?
And that's all you have to do. Makes a quadrille, and then everybody gets a new job.
14, 15, 16. You got 16.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Does that make sense?
You got the
Yeah.
whole thing. You got
Correct.
64.
Yes. So you have to be able to do the grand square from all four spots.
For the women.
The women.
Yeah, yeah.
The men are the same.
Yeah.
Yeah, correct.
In other words, you got the right hand ladies, you come
I originally
across.
saw it like a slice version.
Yes.
Okay, it ends up with the right hand lady progression.
So we do the same thing again.
But now they go.
But now you guys go.
Right.
So,
Yeah.
very nice.
We're working this out for an exhibition due at the Colorado State Festival. And when we get done with it, we'll send it to you. We've got 4 different types of grand square that we put into popcorn. And this is going to be the final to go into popcorn. I'll videotape it and I'll put it up on the website. Come on.
Okay. How much time we got? 10 minutes. Okay, we have 2 alternatives. I have another grand square variation that takes 8 more dancers. We can do that because, as Michael asked, do you know how much space there is in a grand square? Like half the square is empty space. We can put dancers in that. So let's get another square up, just square up behind them. These are people who are good at grand square, I hope. Sorry we don't have enough room. Sorry it's so hot in here. Well, the nice thing about the centers is you're just doing your normal grand square, so you don't have to know anything. Okay. I would like the center square to take a little step backwards so you're not super small, and the outside people go back as far as you can. If I had the space for it, I would argue that the people on the outside, the couple on the, so for the tape, our square is a square in the middle with a couple behind each couple on the outside. And I would have you be 3 steps back, because your goal is you're going to take walk, 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 and you'll be up in the middle, and then you're either going to pause a beat or turn to face. So I'm going to talk to the center square. We're going to be doing sides face grand square. It's just a normal thing. You're going to stay in the center 4x4 matrix. Does that make sense? Just good. I'm going to talk to the head couple on the outside. The head couples on the outside, you're going to walk 3 steps in, pause, and then you're going to keep going forward, and you're now part of the head's part of grand square. Sound good?
Looks like they're filling in behind.
They're filling in behind you. They're delayed in time by 4 beats, and they're going to be one little spot off. All of you look equal sized. I don't think there'll be a problem. The side people, you are going to walk 3 steps in till you're at the side couple position, and you're going to turn and face each other. And then you'll start by going backwards. Once you're in the pattern size is how big on a grand square? 4 by 4. You're on like a little chessboard or checkerboard. You can't leave that chessboard or checkerboard. Then you reverse at the normal point. If you're on the outside, you're only going to get to do 12 beats because you killed 4 beats walking in. You're going to walk around for a bit, then you're going to reverse. I'll cue it. It won't work the first time. It might work the second time. Sides face. Okay. Sides face. Grand square. Go walk, 2, 3, turn. Walk, 2, 3, turn. Walk, 2, 3, turn. Walk, 2, 3, reverse. Walk, 2, 3, turn. And turn. Walk, 2, 3, turn. Back, back, back. Okay.
That was really good.
They did pretty good. There was a little bit of like weirdness on the corner. Do you want to try again, or are you okay?
I'm good.
You're good? Okay, so go away. Thank you. Okay, what else did I have done? Row your boat, grand square, 16 dancers. We discovered that after midnight one night at a weekend when we were messing around. I did that. Okay. The last thing you could imagine doing is some sort of gimmick that might be fun. Back up. Where are all the gimmicks, especially from the old days? What book should everyone own?
Gene Trimmer. Gene Trimmer's Specialty Squares.
And I think I saw it available for sale on one of the websites. Probably the Cote one that has all the books, right. So that one's a good one. It's not perfect, but it's got a lot of ideas. And then on, and Do-Si-Do, right. And then on the my website and other people's websites. Okay, this one, there's 2 ridiculous ones we can do. Unfortunately, they just take a few dancers, so we aren't going to have to get too many people up. We can do either nose dancing or bar stool dancing. We've done bar stool dancing before at CALLERLAB, and one of the fun dances. So I'm tempted to do nose dancing just for a second. So if I could have me and 3 other dancers in the middle. Because I've done it before. Okay, Michael's going to be with it. I want to be a guy. Are you my partner? Wonderful. Hi. Oh, you've never done this before? Oh, this is great. Okay, so here we are. We're facing couples, and we could do any facing couple stuff. What we want to do is turn and face your partner, and take your inside hand and put your hand on your hip. So I have the boy's left hand on his hip and the girl's right hand. And your other hand you're going to keep straight down. So you're doing good. And that little bend, like I'm a little teapot, is your nose. Okay? So, face your partner, bow to your partner. Face your opposite, bow to your opposite. All go forward and back. Pass through. Yeah. Do you want a partner trade or wheel around? Yeah. Okay, that's your nose. We'll do a partner trade. Okay, partner trade's tough. You're going to aim your nose toward me, and I'm going to go on the outside. Keep going, keep going, keep curving, curving, curving. Good. Oh, good. We're ready for right and left through. Right and left through. We right pull by. Stay looking at me. And we courtesy turn, because we're connected. Velcro. Boom. We did good. Now we could, what do you think? Square through 4? Right. Left. Right. Left. Partner trade. See, she's giggling a lot. This is good. Do-si-do. To a wave. This is a right-hand ocean wave. Doesn't it look like a right-hand ocean wave? You look at the noses poking out. We could do swing through. We would go half by the right and half by the left. Let's do that again. Swing through, right. Look in the middle. Good, left, good. What are you thinking, recycle or something else? I think one more swing through. Swing through. And then we'll do a boys run. So one thing I like is when you are a, quote, normal couple, all of us are normal couples, we are looking at each other. Okay, so that kind of can help you. Wheel and deal, follow your nose. Past the ocean. Yeah. Swing through. Boys run. Girls hinge. Oh, look at diamond. Diamond circulate. Flip the diamond. Oh, she almost did a stretch flip. Okay. And we mentioned the recycle, we may as well. You're going to make your nose fold to follow me around and face in. 360-degree turn. Recycle. Whee! Boom. Right and left through. Whoa, watch that nose. And so that's nose dancing. There's a lot of fun you can have with it. You can see people have fun. Okay, good. 2 minutes. Yeah, it'll be contaminations next week. Should we do one more thing? Are there any questions or anything? Any comments?
You want to say something about right nose or?
No, yeah. I was going to, again, with all these things, there's several ways to do nose. Some people have everyone take their, left hand in and be the nose. I like having the girl go one way and the boy go the other way because you're a couple, but be aware that some people do it one way and some people do it the other way.
Harder to see the formation when you do that.
Here's a comment.
I don't know about you, but I think this is the best session they've ever had, right?
Put it on the evaluation.
And look at all the smiles. Everybody's writing stuff down. It's an excellent, excellent presentation. Thank you both.
Thank you, Stephen. And with that, we have one more comment. Maybe he liked it too.
Joe Gonzalez, Columbus, California. On the hexagon, I was writing it down how to do it, and I was doing rectangles.
Yes.
They work the same.
Yeah.
Hexagon work the same as rectangles.
They work or they don't work?
They do.
There's a bunch of things to say there. I was first exposed to the rectangle dancing, which was either set up as 3 head couples facing 3 head couples, or 2 head couples facing 2 head couples and 1 side couple at each end of the rectangle. Either way. When you do calls there, different calls can grow left to right or front to back. For example, let's consider ping pong circulate. If I have a ping pong circulate and I'm the center wave and we have 1 extra couple out there, we all know ping pong circulate. What if I added 4 more people to the square and had 2 waves in the middle and a couple out there? Well, that doesn't quite fit our definition, but everyone would do a ping pong circulate by walking forward a little bit and they'd clap and trade and we'd still have 2 waves in the middle. So I would say that ping pong circulate can expand to more dancers in the front to back direction. What if instead we had a wave of 6 across the middle and we had a couple of 3 out there and a couple of 3 out there? If we had more time, I'd say more. Get dancers up. We can do a ping pong circulate from there where all the people from the wave come out and special stuff happens and the couples come in and they have a wave of 6. So ping pong circulate is one of our few calls. Ball 8 circulates another one that can expand in both directions. When we're doing the 6 couple dancing, especially in rectangles, anytime we're doing 4-person calls, they work everywhere, right? They're easy in a hexagon, they're easy in the other thing. It's when you get into the calls like 8 chain through, relay the deucey, spin chain exchange the gears, coordinate the 8 dancer calls, you sometimes have to bend or modify the rules a bit, and how they get bent or modified could just be up to the caller, because if you're teaching it, they're never going to see it again, who cares? Do what it takes to work, especially if it makes resolving easier, which is a bunch of the magic that Bill does with his hexagons. He always gets his people right back at home, and it's not taking a lot of brain power, is my bet.
Right.
Yeah, because he's a smart caller. And that's where I would say that You know, I can do relay the deucey from 3 waves of 4. I probably can't do, I might be able to do relay the deucey from 2 waves of 6. That's where you have to be careful. When I first encountered that dancing, Don Beck showed it to me, I tried to go home and go, wow, what's the general rule? And suddenly I began to realize it's on a call-by-call basis. You have to figure out what it does and bend the rules a little bit. Chain reaction would be another one. I could do a chain reaction with 2 waves of 4 in the middle and some people out there. So some stuff works, some stuff doesn't, some stuff you have to add a few rules, etc. Okay, let's call it quits. It's hot in here. Thank you.
Thanks for playing. And send us information on other stuff that you have that you find fun in your own area.
Started the kind of session, yes, because.
But they weren't.
Yes.
Yeah. So what I found anyway was that you had to just sort of check in as you started with a new caller to see which way they thought you were doing things. And then to kind of make sure that your hex all agreed that that's what you were doing. Because of the difference in rules. And I like it Clark's way just because you can put a hex in the back and just dance anything at a time you want to.
That's the only one.
And then we took hex nuts that we bought, castellated hex nuts, and attached them onto our badges so we could find other people who wanted to hex. So that